Hello there, everybody. Welcome back to episode 24 of Firemind. So, what's up today? We are building that road. Completing it, I should rather say. At least I hope so. We got a section that needs to go over the river, and we have a section that needs to go over the mountain. So, that will be quite a little bit of a challenge. The other thing we have on our mind is that the Fellowship of Ashes requires their high tempo complex thing. So I dug out that little something. Yeah, we are defacing one of the artistic masterworks of our friend Silab, but we are gaining a lot of extra room for the Temple of Death, and So we will, I think, floor it up with lead, probably. I mean, it will look a lot nicer if I do so. And will be, well, it would be worth more, but it would look nicer if we had a uniformist look. Well, first world problems. So we're going to accept that request because I'm absolutely prepared here. And I hope you guys liked that one, as I really went through some designing here with that one. Took me a while to find a shape that would just add into the existing layout. But I think this one will do quite well. Alright, oh, I forgot one square. Due to the many stone blocks that the fortress is cutting these days, I will be re-establish a short face where smoothing is again everybody's task. I've been putting that on the shoulders of the stonecutters previously, but, well, it will take a while until we don't need stone blocks in that anymore. It will really take a while. What do we have here? Uzot Rosnura, the human lasher, is visiting. So, we still have... Wait a sec. Now we're talking. So that guy obviously confessed the theft. I'm thrilled. Tholtig was right all the way along. So let's check out what has happened here. So, he really gave him his entire life story. So, year 89, he started embezzling funds. Alright. Keza profit strangers. That is bad. Okay. So, corrupted lover subject in order to have someone act on plots. In Obeyed Mile. I really don't know where that place is supposed to be. Emtha, met with subject, blah. Okay. So, we really have to find out if that person is among us. Mincott Rampart Feigned. Okay. So that's our man. Mincott Rampart Feigned. Okay. Jeez. Which of yous actually know? Yeah, so that's a little bit, Cobalt praised. I really hated that they are kiss letters. Mincott, my friend. What's wrong? Who are recluse painted? Rampart Feint. So here we have the culprit. A legendary fight. Well, not a legendary fighter, just a good fighter. So this guy came from the lands of faith. Alright, that's in so far interesting, as these were fighting a lot against the goblins and whatnot. But We also need to check back on this Dodok person. I mean, he's not around here anymore. That's a good thing. Well, the justice system still needs quite some work, in all honesty. But, well, we're going to put this man to justice. So, there we go. Espionage. Yeah. And we need to find out who this Entha Truthful Tapered is. Exactly. So, luckily not a person among our midst. So, that's a good thing. But we have to imprison this guy. We luckily don't have somebody who's doing executions here. Although, well, we need to find out more about that. We totally need to find out more about that. So, until further notice. So this Uzod Rosnura, we're I mean, there is a high likelihood that this Dodok person, Dodok treaty route, is in fact somebody else. There is going to be a real fun thing. So, an assumed identity. Kesa Prophet Strangers. We're going to create statues of that thing. So, what's the most despicable material that we can think of here in our fortress? We have to... Yeah, of course, we're going to make a wooden statue. Duh. That's the best thing that we can bring up. So... There we go. We can make a statue out of wood? Damn. Alright, so we need to think of something else. I'm kind of disappointed here. So, well, I think any stone is as good as another in this regard. We're just going to make a rock statue of any person here. So, Prophet Stranger... Prophet... What? I memorized the wrong keyword again. So, the name was... Kesa Prophet Strangers. Okay. So that is interesting. That is not a person that we can check up. Okay. That is spooky. So... That's quite unnerving. So who is Kesa Prophet Strangers? Okay. Seems like our intrusion on this continent has caught the attention of other entities. Older entities than such. What the? What is happening here? I was beaten as a punishment. Ah, yeah, okay. Oh, I see. So that's what's happening. I was like, okay, what is going on here? Alright. So, he suffered through his punishment for the crime. I'm not quite sure if we can trust this man, though. So, he still has to answer to the espionage. I think this would be the smartest thing to do. Okay, sudden case of justice emerged. So, in the meantime, there has been a lot of work getting done here. There's been proper punishment here. That doesn't get us back the artifact, though. That's the tragedy about it. But, well, at least we have now knowledge about what has actually been happening there. This is a great relief to me. The only thing that I do really, really regret is the fact that we don't have this Dodok person in our hands anymore. Because I really would have loved to get my hands on this vampire person. Or, I suppose it is a vampire. Maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm just jumping to conclusions here, but usually, if they are that old and whatnot, they are immortals and stuff like that. So, our new generation of engravers will be let loose on this project. The added value of their work will not be as huge as it would be with other engravers, but they have to learn somewhere. And I like it that the old temple part is made by the Grandmaster Silab, and we have the other people then filling up the rest of the blanks. This is actually really organic. So, offering places. We have only one altar left, so that is unacceptable. What kind of altars do we want to manufacture? Let's check back with our metal situation. A whopping amount of 4 iron bars. Hell yeah. Dang it. So, well, I think I want to roll here with lead altars. So let's order that. Lead altar. It's a bit of a weird choice, but it is fairly valuable. It's not as valuable as silver would be, but it's more valuable than bituminous coal. And as I saw here, the color of the material, it doesn't really transport, so not really worth the effort. So we can make the material fitting to the value that we want to achieve. Okay, there's a bunch of naked mace lords and other soldiers hanging out here. I got you, my friends. We're gonna be making armor for them. This is a weird post-traumatic stress syndrome from dwarves, from previous fortresses that somehow are unwilling to get back into their clothing after serving too long as a soldier. That's at least the story that I made up for this bug. As I'd prefer to have stories for the bugs instead of just having a bug. So, the good part about the road here is, if the brook was hindering the previous trade caravan, it is now crossable by the trade caravan. The most important part was one of the first parts that my dwarves did. I love their sense for pragmatism for a change. It's a pure coincidence, though. So I cannot touch this segment of the road before all the rest has been finished, though. There's such tremendous amounts of work to get done here. And when we check back with our stonecutters, I bet that this place is entirely busy with granite block cutting. Exactly. Just like I thought. They're everywhere. Everybody's busy with that task, which is good, which is exactly what I want them to do. But it is also really clustering up the workforce, or bundling them, however you want to call it. Not many other things get done during this time, instead, except for a couple of things like the lead altar forging. We really need to expand this zone here. That's why I prepared it the other day. Here we go. So we really have a nice assortment of items here. We have lots of new statues of the Baroness and old statues of the Baroness, but I'm really shocked that this theft has such supernatural backgrounds. I didn't expect that. So let's see. We have interrogated this person. Okay, so no new information was there to be found. So, well, we can only check back where what Obeyed Mile is. So let's see. Is this a human city or is it a dwarven city? What kind of evil did we here meet actually? So Obeyed Mile. Let's see if this is actually a dwarven fort. This would be really, really wow. Okay. So far, no luck. I'll be looking this up between the episodes because this is not as exciting to watch. But worst of all, no time will pass during I search for this, so we're going to delay that. I'm going to try and check this out for the next episode for you, my friends. So, progress, though, is being made in really, really fast steps. With all the many people busy on the granite blocks, This fort is just getting the job done so darn quickly. I love it. I really, really adore how fast the construction of this fort is coming along. Not all parts, though. For some odd reason, they felt like this is not the same priority as this. But, well, I don't mind which project they'll finish first. For some odd reason, they also prefer to go through the brook instead of using the bridge, but, well, obviously, wet feet are pleasant for the dwarves. So, and a giant raven is making some trouble. Alright, Egel Glittered Scold just died here. Whoever this guy was, rest in peace. He didn't make it past the giant ravens. So, yeah, there's a few things about Firemind that aren't as pompous or glamorous, or however you want to call it, but apart from the giant ravens, everything is dandy. Alright. So far, so good. We do see not too much progression here on this dining hall that I installed in the previous episode. This one is finished, though. Hooray! Finally. I meant to smooth that room. I was waiting for that to until all the furniture has been finished. I forgot to put in tilings, blocks, but I think it is as it is. It is a smooth block, it is a smooth stone floor, so... To change that, I would need to rip out all the tables, and that would be just... nah, I got better things in mind. So let's check back with our good lady Uzul. I want to check out how her day was, as she is still the person that we're all about here. So, memories. I mean, she didn't... we must consider that she now had chance to discover that the theft was not the elves. But on the other hand, we don't really know who did the theft. We only have a name. Maybe this name belongs to another elf. I think that's the answer she's be rolling with. So, let's do Assign a Holy Death. I love that title. So only real believers of Vukar can go there, so we're going to go for the siege operator. We don't run any siege weapons here, so that's going to be fine. Okay, I like it. Isn't it looking nice? Could use some more decorations, but for the time being, I think it's totally okay. Alright, so the temple was a huge success. The road is really making fast progress. I really think that the many stoneworkers workshops and the assignment to the granite blocks that we basically do this on every single workshop non-stop, this really does make a change. This really gets things done fast. So, I was waiting on something that wasn't even necessary to be done. Hell yeah, we can finally do this. Oh yeah, so this is going to be a pain. So we gotta make ramps. That's one ramp here, and one ramp there. And the pain here is the fact that we have to make them fitting colors, you know? Everything else would be boring. And therefore, we need to switch between granite and coal. Ah yeah, I need to wait until these are constructed. So the ramps will allow us to get upstairs, sort of, and then we'll just continue our road building up here. Probably we'll excavate a bit of this to make it more smooth and even. Damn. We're really fast. I didn't expect to get that far in this episode. I somehow expected that we're only finishing this cluster here, but obviously we're really well off on our way over the hills. I like it. So, as a preview of things that we are going to do soon, I have figured that the Baroness, Countess, is not happy with the situation here at all. I figured out that she did take a stroll through these caverns and noticed that we have so much unused room here in the vicinity of the caverns. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize some of that room as a trap for forgotten beasts, as I think this fort has to have permanent access to the caverns, preferably on all 3 layers. So all in all, it's not hard to secure yourself from the many threats of the caverns. All except one, that's Forgotten Beasts. Forgotten Beasts are notorious in showing up and messing up your fort, and therefore we are going to prepare traps for the case that Forgotten Beast will spawn that we cannot handle. We have to bring the Forgotten Beast traps into a system where we have room for 2 Forgotten Beasts. It's very important that we have room for 2 Forgotten Beasts, because if we find one that we cannot kill, we can capture the next one and just pit it against the first one. And then the survivor gets to fight against the next one. Isn't that awesome? So we're going to do what I personally like to call kaiju arenas. So stay tuned. Just so you know what kind of future project I have on my mind here. Okay, so among other things, the Countess demands new bracelets. I'm doing these real quick via stone, because that's just the fastest way to get this done. And I'm really surprised of how fast we're getting this down. So this is where the power of Big Fort starts to show. We don't have the 300 people yet, but I really do notice how much faster the construction of everything here is. I mean, I gotta also respect that the previous map that I played was much larger. I did a larger embarkation for the sake of boat thrower, as we wanted to reach the other side of the ocean, which I somehow failed in a certain way, but let's not ponder about that too much. The Cyclops. Well, I was talking about mega beasts and the like, and obviously NASA Boozle has heard my call. So usually dirty, harmless. In this scenario, there is a migration of civilians. Boy, oh boy, that must have lured the beast. So we are, of course, sending our military on this guy. Girl. 407 years. So let's see, what kind of kill count she has? None. She has a son, though. Alright, so let's watch what happens. This is a really dangerous situation. She's charging into the direction of the brook, where all the civilians are. Yeah, it's starting. The Cyclops is already beating people, and I really don't know. So what we're witnessing here is really weird. We have a ton of civilians mobbing up on the Cyclops, and it looks as if she's losing this. She's unconscious, she's exhausted, she's dying. So, what the hell? So we have our metal crafter being really beaten up, so the left hand is mangled beyond recognition, the right hand is mangled beyond recognition. Dude, she's really not in a good shape. So anybody else here, healthy, bleeding. So one of our cooks is also in a very bad shape. So 2 of our dwarves are truly battered and beaten. But that Cyclops, well, if my military dwarves are not coming in fast, these crazy guys will have finished the job all by themselves. Seriously, where are my fighters? So I'm really confused now. So Rockhust, where's the head of my military? So for whatever reason that was, they were not willing to go for a new location of that beast. So that was one hell of a fight. And yeah, one of ours died. Barbok the cook has been victim of this ambush. I really gotta say though that my fighters have put up a terrible show. Next time I will do this differently. I've seen the mistakes on my end. I should have stationed them instead of giving them a kill command. But, well, in hindsight, you're always smarter. So, but we have had the grave already prepared, so that's not that much of a big deal. The oily hole wants to be a grand guild hall. Yeah, they're all crawling out of their holes now and asking for better places. I mean, it is very, very relatable. After all, our fort is growing. We have more and more people working in these businesses, and that's usually the point where you need more people. It's just what it is. So, let's see. Our metal crafter is in treatment, so let's see if this dwarf will ever be able to do something ever again. Meanwhile, one of our weaponsmiths is being possessed, which is quite interesting towards the fact that we just had one of our metalsmiths being mangled beyond recognition. Who knows? Maybe it's the spirit of our dude there wanting to get there. So I need to answer the doorbell. I'll be right back. There we go. Just a friendly little neighborhood parcel service. Usual things. Okay, so we have that part of the road done. We had, well, that was quite shocking. I mean, I'm still a little bit shocked that my military was acting so badly. I really have learned something from this incident, as I had no clue that when you give an attack order, that they home in on the location where that thing was first. That was totally what happened there. That's why the people there were fighting like that. But on the other hand, it was one hell of an epic fight. I mean, seriously. These guys ganged up on a Cyclops and bashed the hell out of that thing. The fighters, they basically only came to land the killing blow. Which is ultimately a good thing, because your civilians will get severely traumatized by punching a Cyclops to death with their bare fists. I mean, they do that, but they don't like it. And it takes a while until they start liking it. Not as long as it takes to punch it to death. So, there's the problem. Anyways, our good friend has begun his mysterious construction, her mysterious construction. Sadly, she's possessed, so there won't be any experience gained on her end. That's a bit of a tragedy, but, well. So, this road, I need to put up borders on it at some point, but right now I am not inclined, as I'm very, very impatient to get the job done here. So we don't need to put ramps up here. This is not necessary. We're going to go like this, as we're constructing the ramps directly. It doesn't make difference if there is a flooring below the ramp when we begin or not. So there we go. Ah, yeah, of course. We must click the line first. Those little kinks of the game are so annoying, but, well, luckily there's the if hack. So, we're going to put the floor down like that as well. Not necessarily the most efficient way, but whatever. So I'm postponing the construction of the new guild hall, as I need to check back with what we got to do, where we have to make it. I really love to prep up these things between the episodes, as it is much, much easier for me to just sort out my things. What is up with that trunk in midair here? Holy... That is really bad. This might become a real issue. Ah well. So, the Baroness craves for a new bracelet. Whatever that is on hers, but It could have been worse. And bracelets are quite harmless objects to crave for, as they don't bring any bigger complications or anything like that. Well, well. I wonder what the woodcutters will make out of that. I mean, they're clearly currently not assigned to any tasks, but well. So, let's see. A silver battle axe. Oh, boy. Alright. Now we're talking business. That's a fine thing. Let's check back with that beast. So, an image of dwarves in silver, an image of lice in granite, and a image of a fly man in granite. Ugh, that gives me instant flashbacks of a evil biome where I played once, where there was a rain syndrome that turned people into living fly things. That was horrible, I tells you. So, speaking about horrible, we need to tunnel this, don't we? Jeez, this is terrible. Especially since I do expect a cave-in. Okay, so we might see the death of a miner here. Live in action. I don't know. I have a really bad feeling what'll happen if once we have disconnected that tree trunk from the rest of the fields around there. So far, nobody died from that. So I really gotta be careful with those slopes, obviously, as these are way more problematic than I anticipated. So technically I assume that this tree should come down falling now. And also my floorboards here are not exactly what I supposed them to be. But no, there's an air tree now. God damn it. No, I hate it when they do that. This is some elven treachery. So, my good friends, we're going to go for some emergency actions here. As you see, the road is not being an easy task. The forest is fighting against us, but apart from that, we are really making some huge, fast progress here. Look at that, 300 granite blocks already on stockpile again. So, I'll be continuing this adventure on the next episode. It seems like it is a very, very foolish choice to try and make this look tidy, but they chopped that tree. We can suspend the construction of the stairs. So yeah, comments down below. A thumbs up would be wildly appreciated, and of course, consider subscribing. I really, really would enjoy having you folks. Down there in the description box, you will find several cool links leading to all the other episodes of the the Savage Lands, where I played a lot of fortresses before. And of course, check out Patreon, PayPal, or Buy Me a Coffee, as they are the best ways and means to support this channel. Apart from that, thanks for being around. Thanks for you all watching this dwarfiness, and can't wait to see you guys on the next one, when we probably will see if this road will get the traders in or not. Can't wait. Until then, see you there. Have a good one. Goodbye.